Greetings, lovers of the beautiful game, Masandawana, the Yellow Nation, Rock Nation. We're back once again, and today we bring you the preview of our match against Cape Town City. It's a different one. It's not a league match this time. It's a cup final, and I think this is our very first cup final preview. Sure, Raps.
Sure, everyone.
How are you?
I am not doing that.
I'm okay, man. Just a bit tired, sleepy, but hey, can't complain. Daji doesn't pay us the big bucks to complain, eh? So yeah, no. It's job, Smiley, eh?
Yeah, no, usual.
How are you feeling about Saturday?
I'm looking forward to the final. I'm a little bit worried, but I have confidence over my team, and I know that they will bring this one home for the first time.
Will you be happy? Will you be celebrating, or you just think game 10-8?
Definitely, I'll be celebrating, and also as much as Rere get preseason cup, but like it comes with 8 million, and we know players by the bonus, so they have to go all out and win. So Lena, if they win, it will celebrate obviously, but if we lose, obviously it's gonna be sad. But at this moment, I don't think we'll lose.
It's funny you mentioned the 8 million as if you want to get the piece of the good pie. Or you can scheme member Jitara logo of it.
Castete.
Yeah, man, let's get into it, Abs. Cape Town City, they're currently 11th on the log. In all competition this season, they played 10 games, won 4, they drew 4, lost 2, scored 14, conceded 10. So their goal difference is 4. And then Rona in all competition, we've played 12, we've won 8, we've done 4, lost 0. We've scored 24 goals, conceded 5, and our goal difference is 19. This is in all competition for both clubs. We've obviously played 2 more games than them because we're in the Champions League and they are not. What have you made of the start to the season for both clubs overall in Cup and League?
Look, I think first of all they signed a good coach who is Eric Tintler. He's on his second spell at Cape Town City, and I think at this moment he understands the mission and the vision of the team. But if you can look at the goals that they have conceded and the goals that they have scored, it is similar to last season where they were scoring a lot of goals for fun, but also they were conceding a lot of goals. So one would say that he hasn't found he hasn't corrected the mistakes that the team was experiencing last season, but I think he still has time to rectify those mistakes and have a solid defense.
It's funny you say that in terms of their attack and defense from last season and beginning of this season. I mean, you'd have expected, you have thought, because he came on just towards the end of the season, so he had pre-season lead a club, so you'd have thought by now you'd have rectified the mistakes at the back, eh?
Yeah, because of if the coach gets signed in, obviously it is expected that he will have plenty of time with the team in the pre-season, and he will look at the clips last season and try to correct where the team lacks and improve the team as well. But at this moment, we haven't seen too many changes in terms of the defense, but in the attack, it is as consistent as the previous season.
True. And when you look at us, I think we've had a really good start to the season, man. I think we now have a settled team, a settled formation. Everyone knows what's needed of them, you know. I mean, we continue in terms of defense. We continue from where we left off last season. We're conceding less, man. We haven't conceded in the league. We're scoring goals for fun. So it's been a really great start to the season for Sundowns, man. I think uh, last season and this season, the one thing that's helped us is that we've had proper pre-season, unlike in the past. Because normally we start slow, but in the last 2 seasons, I think we've started really well, and I think it has a lot to do with us having a proper pre-season, man. Cape Town City, Rapelang, on Saturday, they played against Golden Arrows, a team that concedes every game, but a team that also scores every game. At some point, the score was 4-0. Abafana West End, they came back in the second half and scored 3 goals. What do you read into that? Do you think Eric would be happy, the team will be, the players would be happy with what happened, that they scored 4 goals? I mean, and it's not every day you score 4 goals, but at the same time, they let in 3 goals in the second half. It's funny, I'm asking you this question because I think I asked you the same question about Golden Hours when we were doing the preview, game, Ronaldo, So, as a coach, are you happy or are you worried or you are in between?
Look, you are in between. You'd be happy that the team, it is scoring and it is creating a lot of chances, but you'd be very worried if the team fails to manage the game and do not concede so much goals, especially in the second half, because of that the opponents that you are going to face in the next game, they are very dangerous, and if you offer them a lot of space and a lot of time on the ball, they will definitely punish you. But like you said, one would be happy that the team obviously creates chances and scores, but the way that they considered the goals, I think they should have done better.
Yeah, true. And I think the Sundowns technical team would read this in a way where they'll think, oh, they clearly still not good at the back. They're still conceding like last season, even though they're still scoring. But at the same time, when we played them, we're able to keep 2 clean sheets last season. In the first leg, we beat them 2-0, and then in the second leg, we beat them 3-0. So I think this will make the Sundowns technical team very happy, even though we've changed how we play or how we line up. City, how do you think they will approach this one, Rapelang? Tinkler said in the MTN 8 press conference, he said they will play their normal game and they will be brave. He said they will attack Sundowns because there's no need to sit back and play for penalties against a team like Sundowns who might punish you. Do you think he means that, or do you think it's easier said than done, man? It's one thing to say it to the media, but implementing it against Sundowns might be difficult.
I think what if he really meant what he said? One would say he's very positive and he sticks to his identity and the identity of Cape Town City. But other people would say, you look at the oppositions that you're going to face and you say that you'll play as normal as you play and you'll be brave and push forward. So one would say, you are setting a trap for yourself. But I'm looking forward to see when the game starts on Saturday whether he really meant what he said or not. But according to me, I don't think they will be brave, they'll push numbers forward, but they will have their moments where they absorb the pressure, they try to like play normal, not too offensive and not too defensive.
True, because honestly, they have a really good team, Cape Town City. Man, they have a very good starting 11, and they play good football. You enjoy watching their games. Rapelang, what should Sundowns be careful of in this cup final, or how can Cape Town City beat Sundowns in this cup final?
Look, I think first of all, Cape Town City, they're a good ball-playing team with good ball playing center backs, and they have Tato Mukeke, who comes a little bit closer to the defense, to the two center backs, forming a triangle coming to fetch the ball. And while he fetches the ball, they have two fullbacks that pushes forward. You find them on the center line, both of them at the same time. And when he has the ball, he has too many options. Hence, his balls are always forward passes because of he has too many options in front of him. He has no data who comes to give support. You have Ralan, who plays as an inverted winger, comes in the central to fetch the ball. And you have Mdanzani, who always runs behind like giving him support in the edge of the 18 area. And they have Greg Martins, who give the team width, who pushes forward, who helps the team in terms of applying pressure on the half of the opponent. So I think they're a team that plays very well, and also they are able to play those quick one touches in a tight spaces. So they are very comfortable on the ball, and they create a lot of chances.
It's funny how we work Mukeke, or both he and River Kitty DLP, but they play in such a different way, man. River, when in our build-up, he gets in between the center back. Yeah. They form a triangle, There are two really good players who are very comfortable on the ball, man. Like, I wonder no, they played in the academy. I think we should be careful of this thing. I noticed that against Amazulu. Sometimes in their build-up, Thabo Nodara comes to the right back, and then Kize occupies possession here, Greg Martin, and then Martin goes into half space. If you look at watch Goliabona against Amazon, how it started, and totally Monton Tabutile Yama right back, and then it was already up high, Tami, and then Greg occupied into a half space, But on the left, they do it totally different. On the right, Nto starts up high at times. That's high up the pitch. Whereas on the left, Mashiko Otluaka ball, and then he bombs forward, he plays it and then gets into space, and then Atamai Kayo. Now he doesn't start up high as Tami. And then they do the same thing again on the left in terms of the guy who's on the part of the front three. On the left, it would be Ralani. He goes into half space now. So now they have Ralani, they have Lake, and then they have Martin, as well as Danzani. So now they have four players in that position, and Danzani will be in the hole. So we really need to be careful in terms of who do we mark, who do we say, like the back for who do they mark, or who do they give to the two central midfielders now, who tags in the full backing. Do they come in? If they come in, you give. If Mudau comes in, you give into space Mashiko to utilize that space. So we really need to be careful of that. And then we need to be careful. Not that, not that is free. More midfielding wabo now. Yeah. He's at the right back. He's in the middle of the park. He is on the left. He is advanced when they attack. He's everywhere. Wabo. So picking him, we need to be careful on when to pick him, when to let him have the ball, and so forth. Wabo. Our press, Rapelang, it should be well coordinated. It shouldn't be Peter Oppressor Ali one, Oppressor Ali one, or if Oppressor Ali whoever is in their first third. Then if they bypass our press, they have a numerical superiority, because they have fast players in fact way, and the full back stab on they overlap. So our press really needs to be on point. We can't get it wrong on this day, Wabo. And then another thing, I think because our left side, Mo Lalang Lyle, it's our most effective in terms of going forward, in terms of goal contribution. It should be the one side that we attack the most with, and have Modau stay. We must, I think for now, we should always have 3 at the back, Wabo, and our rest defense needs to be on point. So Lyle is the one who should be going forward, because Tami more starting team, he starts up high and there's always he leave gaps, Wabo. Whereas I feel like their left side is their strongest because of Masheho and Ralani. So going forward for Mudau, it would cost will make us a bit vulnerable, Wabo. So we need to be really careful, Wabo. With that said, how do we beat Cape Town City?
Look, I think first of all we need to match their speed, and we need to maintain their mobility and movement. Because if you fail to match their speed, you'll always be late on the ball. You'll be always be late on the second balls as well, and that will force you to make a lot of technical fouls, and that means you'll have to give fouls in the dangerous position.
Sorry, Rapelang, to cut you there. As you mentioned, dangerous tactical fouls. I wanted to have this in my notes, and then I forgot. I feel like this is one game we might miss Maboe more than any other game since the start of the season, because of how good he is when it comes to the tactical fouls. So you may continue.
Yeah, and as well as if Mukeke goes too deep to fetch the ball, if you let him have the ball, you should apply pressure to the offensive players who are likely to receive the ball. And also, you shouldn't give him too many options to spray those forward passes and to dictate the game as he wants to. And we should, like I've said, like Mukeke is the one that fetches the ball, and when we have the ball, one thing that we could do is to overload position Mukeke, because of Mukeke defensively is not good. He doesn't win a lot of balls for a player that plays a deep lying a position or central defensive position. He doesn't win a lot of balls. He doesn't cut the attack of the opponent. So you'd have your 2 10s close to him, like overload him, like force him to be vulnerable whereby he doesn't know who to pick and who to let have position. As well as we should have too many action on our final third. That means we should apply pressure on the defense of Cape Town City. They will definitely crack. We observed that against Golden Arrows when Golden Arrows was pushing for the equalizer. Like, for Golden Arrows to get the equalizer because they were pushing a lot of numbers forward, and also exploit the space that their fullbacks leave behind, because of they push forward simultaneously and they leave spaces on the side, and Mukeke doesn't provide cover for a player that plays on his position, because of you find that most of the time they have to deal with too many 2 versus 2s or 1 versus 1s. And you look at game Yabona against Kukuni. I think Kukuni in the first half had about 3 2v2s and they failed to capitalize. So against Sundowns, when you have Mshishi and Bo Villa, Bo Shalulile will definitely get those moments, but we should punish them as well.
Man, you've said a lot of things that I was gonna say, but I'll just add on. Now I think their goalkeeper Hugo, he's a big boy, but he doesn't dominate his area. By that, I mean, Dennis, the moment the ball is up in the air, I know 9 out of 10 times the oppositions want to attack the ball because they are scared of him and he's gonna come out screaming. Hugo doesn't do that. He doesn't catch the ball at its highest point, which is very important for goalkeeper because he waits for the ball to come towards him instead of him attacking the ball. You look at the game that they played against Stellis. Jimba's ball was saved off the line because one, he didn't do what he was supposed to do. He attack the ball and catch it at its highest point. Like he lets the ball come and then we are so like his hands are always like this. So instead of attacking the ball and catching it like this.
And he considered two similar goals like
Pirates and Goliath, yes. That cross from Pule, it came like that. He waited for the ball and then attacked it. So I think we need to, in our set plays, we need to work around our players who are good in the air, attacking the ball. They definitely get first to the ball before him. And then their rest defense is poor. Their rest defense is terrible. Like you were saying, Kanto, the two center backs are always caught running towards goal. So they always 2v2, and there's minimum help from Mugege. He's either always late or like high.
He doesn't get there at all. Yeah.
At all. So now this is what we do. The cutbacks are Rapelang because the two, they're always caught running towards goal. If we are checking on the wing, obviously we have numbers coming centrally. They go and try and protect the goal and leave space around the edge of the box. Cutbacks, you should always have someone around that area late to finish. And then, okay, you've mentioned Tabayadi into the right back, the full back Stabona. And I think, like I said, because our left is the most is the strongest, we should target they are right. And yeah.
And for a team that always have a lot of numbers in the half of the opponents, I think they are supposed to counter press and wheel the ball as soon as possible. But you find out teams, they let teams escape easily from their half into their Cape Town City's half. So when you have a lot of numbers on the opponent's half, you have advantage of having to counter press and win the ball immediately. So you know that when you have counter pressed and win the ball, you only made one touches and it is 1v1 with the goalkeeper, or you are able to create enough chances. So when they have a lot of numbers of the opponents half, but they fail to regain possession as fast as they should.
Mm-hmm. And another thing, their main strength is their pace up front. So we're not playing a high line. We defend a few yards back so that we deprive them of the space behind us. Because if we play a high line facing Fakri Lake, Greg Martins and Ralani, they will hurt us, man. They will definitely hurt us. So do not play a high line. And my final point is that I've changed my mind. Remember last week I said in preparation of this game, I think we'll play 4-3-3. We'll go back to playing 4-3-3. Nope. We continue with a double pivot and 4 up front. Why do I say this? High risk, high rewards. And after watching them, man, how they collapse when they are under pressure defensively. They panic, man. They are so vulnerable. They have a soft belly, man. And so we continue with the 2 centrally, and then we have 4 up front. And I definitely think, no, they won't be able to contain us when we play.
But everyone who watched the first half, the formation 4-3-3. But if you look at the second half, like how they were vulnerable and how they made a lot of errors and how they couldn't deal with the pressure that Golden Arrows applied. So having a lot of numbers up front will definitely give us an advantage in terms of always keeping them under pressure.
Definitely. Let's go to both teams' lineups. We'll start with the home team, Cape Town City. I will give you what I think will be their lineup, and then you will tell me if you differ. I think at goal they will have Hugo, and then at right back they will have Mkhize, who I think he didn't train on Monday. He had a knock, I think that's what Eric said, but he'll definitely be back for the final. I'm sure about that. And then centrally they'll have Fasika and Phyllis, and then on the left they'll have Mashego, who will definitely be back for the final. And then they'll have a midfield three, Mukeke, Nodada, and Mdanzani. And up front it will be Martin, Lakey, and Ralani.
Yeah, no, I think you'll definitely go for that lineup.
Okay, and your lineup, your Sundowns?
I have Onyango, goalkeeper, Mdau, right back, Kekana, right centre back, Medusa, left centre back, Lake, left back, AJ, and Gautier centrally. Up front, I have Kutumela, Zwane, Villa, Shalulile.
I have the same lineup now because I started working on this since weekend. And then I go on Twitter today because I think it was today, and I see the guys, our supporters talking about Gaston, the impact that Gaston in the finals. I'm like, yay! And I go back to we've played 2 cup finals recently, and one is the one where he scored a goal, the winner, and then in the other one he created two goals. So, and then this, like, yay! He might not have the best of starts to the season, but he scored in this last game, and Gaston is Gaston, man. So I'm like, if it's like this, do I now drop Villa from my lineup and then have Gaston on the side and then have Kutu as a 9.5? What do we do? Do we say, what do we do, Rapelang? Because we can't run away. He hasn't had a great start to the season, but at the same time, you can't run away from the fact that he's had a huge impact in our last 2 cup finals.
Now, according to Villa, people will have Villa on their state lineup because Villa has played too many games building up to the final, and others will have Sereno because of his contributions in the final. So I'm in between at this moment, Dylan Nashim.
But again, another thing is that you look at the team that we're playing in this cup final, in our game, Golden Arrows, Neo noted something regarding Gaston, how his pressing or lack of it affected us. Now, against a good team like Golden Arrows in a cup final, like a Cape Town City in a cup final, is he now worth that risk? Oh, it's a tough one, man.
Because off the ball, obviously you want someone who will contribute in terms of helping the team in defense, not
does that. Yes.
So Kutumela, find him dragging, like making fouls, helping the team to regain possession. But I get it. But if Gaston start, like, I won't be surprised.
Yeah, I am glad I am not part of the technical team. This is why they earn the big bucks. Yeah. Predictions.
will win 2-1.
Mona, why are you saying the same things as in Namto this week? Okay, let me say, because I also went for 2-1. I will say who I think will score, and then we'll go after me. I think Villa will get a goal, as well as Shalulile, and then Craig Martin will get a goal for them.
I think Mdantsane will score a penalty for Cape Town City, and Msheshi and Shalulile will score.
If Matola penalty Mdantsane, where's that thing? I one step. Dennis will save it, dude.
Right. Mdantsane a penalty, Dennis can let because there's no other penalty.
Yeah, and just like that, that's that, guys. That's the preview of our cup final against Cape Town City. Don't forget to subscribe to Masandawana Fan Blog and follow us on all our social media platforms. Tell everyone who doesn't know about Masandawana Fan Blog about this amazing platform. And yeah, you will get the preview of the review of the game after the game, or on Sunday. And good luck to the boys. Let's bury this post. Yeah. If I'm wrong, you'll rectify me on Twitter. Yeah, the MTN8, man. Let's win this cup, man. And let's get this monkey off our backs, man. Yeah. Perhaps anything that you want to add?
No, like I'm looking forward to the final. It's going to be a brilliant game, and I'm hoping. I want to see a good game. I want to see a clean game, less injuries. The game that is flowing, like give me a basketball end to end.
Yeah, I think it will be depending on the pitch. Yeah, I'm a beater because at times
the game should be given like top officials. You don't want that guy who always threaten the players about Susam or give me film I deserve, and who'll handle the game instead of him being a center of attractions and want to control everything.
If it's him, I think everyone knows who we're talking about. Then you must forget about it. Will be all about him. Come 8 o'clock, we'll be talking about him, And I think this game, I doubt this game will go to penalties. These teams have only played one draw since 2016-17 season, if I'm not mistaken. So there's always a winner when it comes to these two, man. Masandawana, get into the comments, comment about your preferred lineup for the final. That's Reno dilemma. I would like to hear your views regarding that. And I would love to leave you with the words of Cox Koketso. Are some teams hype up cup finals, some win them. Cheers, Masandawana. I'll see you next week. Sharp, Ndogesh.
Sharp, brother.